How about you? Is there anybody in the red pill space you're like, if I could pick one guy, you know, if Steven let me kind of dip out one day, you know, that Tate guy, I'd give it to him. Nobody?
No.
So nobody in the red pill
space? I don't
space?
think so, no.
So you're not into like alpha men, big strong men, you're more...
I don't think they're big and strong. I think they're really pathetic.
You think who's pathetic?
All of them.
Yeah, Tate specifically?
I think all of them are. Like, they seem extremely insecure to me, and I like security. I like confidence in a man, and I don't think any of them are very confident.
Really? Because that's the exact opposite approach that
about what they want. Yeah, they want to look really confident, but so like the way they act, like if you look at the situations they end up in and like how they speak, no, it sounds very insecure to me.
Well, she's in an open relationship. So that's about everything you need to know about these types of people.
What do you think about the red pill community? Assesses the right problems and prescribes the wrong solutions. Here's a problem they've been assessing for a while. You guys might think this is misogynistic or sexist, but it's the truth. By 2030, 45% of working women aged 25 to 44 in the United States will be single. This is something the red pill's been talking about forever. Addressing the right problem, modern fourth wave feminism, the metropolitan women positioning themselves to prioritize their independence, them being boss bees in their career over the character traits that'll actually attract a husband. Like 45% of working women are going to be single. And we already have an issue in our population without maintaining our current population. Are you thinking, well, why does that matter? Because if you're not maintaining your population, Google what's happening in South Korea and Japan. For every person that's alive, you need to have at least one person born so that as folks transition into Social Security and retirement, they have someone to take care of them. Red pill, a lot of the right problems, wrong conclusions, wrong solutions, void of the gospel.
What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below.
Most young women are taught badly that the most important thing that they'll do in their life is their career, and that's simply not true. It's not true for most people, and it's certainly not true for most women. It starts to get pretty lonesome in life after 45 if you don't have a family. It's easy to consider the utility of an intense career, and like you have a very high quality career too. That's something that marks you out from more typical people, and perhaps that's worth more of a sacrifice. You're going to live till you're 90 in all likelihood, and it's not easy to consider your life across its entire span, and there's something to be said for developing a very close-knit, intimate community around you if you can manage it. You have children and then you have grandchildren, and that to me, what I've experienced in my life, although I've had a very productive career, a very interesting career. It's definitely been the case for me that my family has been more and more important to me as I've got older, and I don't think that that's a uncommon experience.
Jordan Peterson isn't part of the red pill manosphere, but a lot of what he says intercepts with the community's concepts.
And my biggest advice to any single guy or anybody who even is in a relationship, if you can't talk to your partner, your girlfriend, your wife, your spouse about how you feel, and that you're sad and that you're depressed and that you're scared, if you can't have that dialogue with them, then that is not the right person.
If we're going by generalities here, as a man, you can't talk to women when you're down. They are simply not equipped to deal with men's problems. If you need to talk to someone, talk to other men. Better yet, a therapist.
Film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure, why not? People have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. What a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice. It's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky. And all these men who are alienated, they're lonesome and they don't know what to do. And everyone piles abuse on them.
How lucky are we that there are people like Jordan Peterson speaking on behalf of us young men who felt the pain and isolation from society.
I think women should be free to work if they choose. I think it's very important that the family unit remains. I do believe that in my personal view, the most important and respectful thing a woman can do is become a mother. I think that having children is a beautiful thing. But obviously, if a woman wants to work and wants to have a career, especially now with paternity leave or maternity leave and she can manage to do both, why wouldn't I want women to work? I don't know why anyone would ever assume I don't want women to work or think women can't work, because I said that I should keep them safe sometimes.
Good.
I guess talking stages just being inconsistent, like that was like the most annoying thing I would say.
Give us like an example.
You're talking to someone, you're getting to know them, like, okay, like you like them, but who's to say they're not doing that with like 3 other girls, you know?
Were you doing that with 3 other guys though?
It depends on what stage of like talking. You know what I mean? Like
Women and accountability are like oil and water.
We spend so much time on a date trying to win over the other person that we spend no time looking at the other person to see, is this a good fit for me? We get over their wall, we penetrate their fortress, we make them feel safe. Then once they communicate to us that they like us, then we begin this process of like, wait,
it's so true.
Are they for me? And then also we get this realization, subconsciously or consciously, that to further connect with this person, I'm gonna have to be vulnerable. And then that raises anxiety, and then we pull away.
Remember this, boys. Dating is like a job interview. Know your value.
Do girls ever go out trying to get laid?
Oh my god.
Probably some do, yeah.
They do? Well, if the guy is like hot and handsome.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Of course.
No.
I think they do.
Probably.
Yes.
Hell yes.
They do.
Yeah, definitely. That's not just for guys. Like, girls are actually worse than guys. We definitely go out to get laid.
Why do girls go out?
Dance, get drunk, listen to music, walk along the pier uninterrupted until like people interrupt us. Hell yeah. I'm the only single one here, so yes. But in general, yes.
They probably never thought about the answer to this question because they were never posed with the problem of being alone.
Did you know that women leave men 80% of the time? And if they're college educated, it's 90. So if you get divorced, it's 80% of the time like the woman leaves. And one of the number one predictors of divorce is actually if the woman out-earns the man.
Oh, I love that. I actually love that. I can't lie.
You love that? You don't think that's kind of...
No, I'm like, girl, you go get that. You go get a man and like, yeah, you go get that. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Like, why is there like a lack of empathy for men?
It's not a lack of empathy. It's
but
more
there
of a
is, because like
support,
they're breaking up a family and a lifelong commitment and a home, and your reaction is you go get the bag, sis, or like, I'm so happy for you. When that's actually a really that's a sad situation. Like, your wife is leaving you.
Feminism is just female superiority.
Hi, Pearl. Ask the females that if they would give a guy a chance if they were 5'10", 280 pounds, 40% body fat, no capping.
I mean, I've already mentioned about the weight, but my ex was 5'7", if that means anything.
Oh, you did charity work.
And we were together.
Oh wait, no. Okay, I just want a quick question. What if he said he dated a girl that was 250, and I said, oh, you did charity work? Would that be cool?
It would not. No.
Do you know what? Actually, no, it would be. It was fair. Love and war, boy. So it would be a fair thing to say.
But but you don't have that energy when it comes to fat women. You don't have the energy that
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
You've got force on a good day running around showing their entitlement. Sheesh! No wonder y'all gonna be single for the rest of your lives.
Jab. No, man. Ball your fist up, throw a left jab, jab it. No, man. No, he's not gonna be no fighter the way he's punching now. He needs a whole lot of training. See, come on, you're frightened? Don't be frightened, brother. Where you from? Jamaica. Hold your hands up. Now block my jab. How do you block this? Come on. Come on, show me something. You ain't nothing. Show me something. You tired already. Look at you, sucker. I'm hitting you already. You ain't got nothing. All the girls are watching. I'm beating you up. Come on. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Might be a little different, but I think how Ali acts here ties nicely with the RedPill's conversation about manhood. He's acting in this video like how a good, masculine father should be on his son, setting an expectation to motivate him. Unfortunately, this type of figure in men's lives today is severely lacking.
What nice things do guys do that girls don't actually like?
Oh God. I think when they order in a restaurant for you.
Anal.
Going shopping with you. I'm not into that.
Make a lot of compliments.
They keep on asking you if you're okay. When they say things to try and like get you out the house quicker, it's like, come on, let's go. Like, everything's fine. This is the plan. And you're like, no, it's not the plan.
Buy presents that they don't really like.
When they don't think that we want to go with them to other places, when they go with us to other places, like when we take them to Victoria's Secret, but they don't think that we are going to go with them to places they want to go to.
I don't think the world has ever been equal. I'm not saying that women should completely and utterly be slaves. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the modern society we live in has been built by men. All the roads you see, all the buildings you see, everything around you, men built. All of it. When women come along and say, oh, we're just as important, you are just as important, but you had a completely different role. You fulfilled a different role in society. And I think now, if you look at the roles of society, I believe men are still doing their job, but I don't know if women are doing their job. Women's job always was procreation, to look after the family and to look after the man. That's all that they had to do. And the man would go out there and risk his life and spend his time building the modern world. Men are still out here building the modern world. But when they come home now, the girl's like, oh, why should I cook for you? I think women are failing in their role. I think women are failing.
Short men don't get women, part 1. I know, I hate saying that too as much as you hate hearing it, because if you're short, then it's almost like a death sentence, at least statistically. However, with that said, there are short guys who do get women. So what are they doing? Here's the first thing they're doing. You should be cheating. There are shoes out there that give you 2, 3, hell, 4 inches of height. Look, I'm 5'10", but when I leave the house with my boots, with my shoes, I'm 6'1". Do you think they care? No. Do you care if a girl's wearing a push-up bra? No. Cheat right now and handle this versus just complaining about it.
Do you pay for the guy? Yeah, sure. Do you feel kind of weird having someone else pay for me?
I would buy the guy a drink rather than him buying me the drink.
So you don't want a guy to pay for you?
Oh, no, never.
Icelandic women, they don't necessarily like it if you offer to buy them a drink. More of a commitment than they're willing to make.
If like somebody's buying you a drink and you say yes, it feels like you're saying yes to being both. Like, that's what I'm saying. This guy once would not let me pay for my drink. Came to the point where he was just pushing my hand back and just paid for the thing. Because he just couldn't handle the fact
that romantic or was that stop?
No, it was like a stop, I hate it kind of situation. Yeah. Because for me it's manly to be able to let the girl pay for her own freaking drink instead of you being like, no, I'm gonna pay this.
For y'all Icelandic folks out there, is feminism there any different from the one in the US? Comment your thoughts below.
Another thing I used to tell fighters is because they would get nervous and they didn't really know what it is. Sometimes they don't really know what that feeling is.
Yeah.
And I used to have to tell this to young SEALs going on their first mission. And you could see that they're nervous. And I'd say, hey man, how you doing? They'd be like, oh, I'm doing fine. Because of course they don't want to say anything.
Yeah, don't want to say, oh, I'm shitting myself.
Yeah, they don't want to say that. So I'd say, hey man, well, let me rephrase that question. How's your stomach feel right now? And they'd say, oh, I'd say, hey man, totally natural. It's totally natural for you to feel like that. And what that is, that's your body preparing for combat. That's your body taking blood away from your stomach and sending it to your body so you can go and fight, and it's a good thing.
A few years ago, I thought that I had it all, and there was something missing from my life. So I ended things with the guy who treated me like a princess and would have been the best husband to me. And I started chasing this feeling that was never matched.
That unexplained feeling that she could do better, that's called hypergamy. RedPill guys have been talking about it for years. It's the woman's biological need to always look for the best possible mate she can find. A lot of women are always looking to trade up. It's biology, it's psychology, it's in their DNA, it's science. It's also one of the reasons why a lot of modern women will never be truly happy.
Hypergamy has always been there. There's nothing wrong with it. It's biologically hardwired in them.
Women cannot look up to a man who is her equal, period. End of story. You want to know why you're in a freaking open relationship or whatever the fuck you're calling it, a throuple or a poly thing? That's why. Because the chick that's with you cannot look up to you. Even if you think you are equal, she cannot look up to you, and will find that outside the marriage or outside whatever the hell you're even calling it. That's why.
To end this one, let's take this advice from Richard Cooper to heart, because this might just save your marriage and your life.
A smart guy that understands simplicity out of complex issues will just identify the problem and walk around it. The problem is too many guys today, especially when it comes to personal relationships, invite nightmares in their life. I had a bunch of private conversations with a whole bunch of guys. A lot of it was like, I invited this crazy chick in my life and this, that, and the other thing happened. And now I'm dealing with the consequences of that. You see, she's a problem. It walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. If the bitch is crazy, that's all you need to know. It's dressed like a red flag and it marches like a Chinese communist red flag parade. We're just not going to invite that into our life. And that's really just the beauty of the simplicity, not inviting crazy in your life. Who cares why it's crazy? Who cares why that shit is there? It's shit. You just walk around it. I can save you a lot of time and money just on that alone. That's it. Simplify your life. Cut off anything that comes at you in a far too complex manner.